The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
We are back here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Parks Auction Company. Let their team of experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com. Time to talk some Riverdale girls hoops this morning. Josh Bugg joins us, the head coach. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing good. Good to have you here. And have you done any Christmas shopping at all yet?
It's all online. It's easy.
Oh, okay.
Just pull it up on your phone. Plug that card information in and you hit order, and it'll be at your door. Amazon is a powerful tool.
It'll get it there quick, and you don't have to go shop. You don't have time to shop anyway, do you?
No, I just ain't going to wrap them. I'm not a big present wrapper. I get those boxes that already got, like, the pretend, like, wrapping on the outside of it. You just tape it. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
It's my style.
You'll have to tell me about where to find those, because I've got a few to wrap, and I don't like to wrap either, so it takes too much time. You brought a friend with you this morning, a coaching compadre.
Yeah, this is Coach David Gardner. He's been with us since I got here, and he's also my uncle. He's my mom's youngest brother, and he is the literal reason why I'm in education. And he was in Antioch and Cane Ridge at Thurgood Marshall Middle School for, 16, 17 years?
Yeah, 16, 17 years, somewhere in there. Lose count after a while.
Yeah, and he traded all that in to come and help me turn this program around. And he's also got a daughter that's a freshman at our school, and she's one of our managers. And kind of brought him here this morning so he could give you his insight, but also he's going to be coaching our flag football team in Riverdale. But he's a great mentor to me and a great person.
Uncle, huh? Do you have stories? I'm sure.
I got a lot of stories, but I got to keep them because he's got a few stories on me too.
Okay.
So we'll just keep all that in the vault. But no, yeah, we've been around each other our whole life and grown together, and trying to both just level up each day and be a little bit better and take whatever students and athletes along with us on the ride.
Yeah. It's pretty unique, I guess. You have the ability when you have your coaching family, Josh, and then you have your family, but to have your family and your coaching family, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, it's a big blessing, and honestly, especially for him, it was really cool to finally get on the same exact calendar as his daughter. And they moved from Smyrna to Murfreesboro and actually live in our neighborhood as well. And just we've got a small family, so to be able to have that time together, because when I took that Columbia job, I had created a lot of distance in between myself and my small family. And on my dad's side of the family, I don't have a lot of connections there. And so it's a big blessing to have him around, and especially for him to be on the same calendar as his daughter.
Well, let's jump into a little bit of what's happened over the last couple of weeks. You've battled Smyrna, you've battled Eagleville, just a few of the games that we've had the pleasure to actually do on the air. It's kind of cool to be able to play some of these Rutherford County teams that are not district opponents.
Yeah, we're proud of the girls. The reason why they're showing a lot of progress is because they've been working extremely hard since the summer. I think during the summer we played a lot of really tough teams, the Lipscomb Academies, the Lebanons, the White Counties of the world, and we got pushed around a little bit, and our kids responded by going to work in the off season and lifting weights and conditioning. Coach Gardner leads that up for us. We continue to do that year round. But their commitment to get better and to be able to respond to adversity has kind of led to the growth that they're showing. And we've still got a lot of growth to show, but we love the direction that we're in. We love the amount of young kids that are playing in our program, and we're proud of them, and we're not satisfied, but we're happy with where we're at right now. And we're still focused on our team vision, and we're going to just keep grinding it out.
David, the vision of all of this, I mean, you understand it. It's hard to maybe sometimes have, 14, 15, 16-year-old girl understand it. So well, maybe talk to a bit about the challenges that does bring as a coach.
Just a lot. It's a long season. We do a lot of lifting. We do a lot of summer stuff. I mean, we run an intense schedule. We try to practice hard to be able to prepare so that the games are easy. So you want the practice to be a little bit harder. And when you're dealing with 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, sometimes regulating emotions, not letting them get too high, not letting them get too low, and different things like that, and just the constant motivation. And we're getting a lot better. And we're at a point where last year, we were kind of figuring it all out, figuring out who's who, just learning the kids. And this year we've taken leaps and bounds, and we've pulled a few games out. And we've only had a couple bad games. I mean, realistically, we should probably be about 7-2 right now. Just a few more things go our way, a few more shots drop, and maybe a little luck goes our way. So we got a really good ball team that's just ready to break through that next level. So I think we just need a good staple win under our belt. And, it's just all about just keeping them motivated and balancing, pushing them and getting that extra little bit out of them, but also being able to recover and being able to rest and not push them too hard to where they're shutting down either. So, just always trying to balance that, being able to push them and get the most out of them and keep them locked in at the same time.
Yeah, that's a fine line. I mean, you've got kids.
Yes, sir. I got a 20-year-old, and he played baseball at Smyrna. And
yeah. So you know all about that.
Yeah, he's a little man now and not playing. And then my daughter, she's a freshman that we're talking about. And she plays volleyball, so I'm trying to be half dad and just support her when she's doing that. So.
Yeah, well, if you have kids, you kind of know what that. You have to learn what the limits are, and Josh, that's kind of hard when, I mean, it is your basketball family, but also just to kind of know how far you can go, but you can do this with girl A, but not girl B, and it's different, isn't it?
They're all different, and you have to learn, like, you've got to build a relationship with them, and not just myself, but all coaches. Like, we spend a lot of time with kids, much more than some of their parents, just because they may be working, but we've got an opportunity to impact their lives, and I think it starts there. And once you build that relationship, you can get them to essentially want to run through a wall for you.
Yeah.
And I think that, because, like, relationships is one of our, like, pillars of our program. We talk about our concept of roots. And so I think that we're doing well there. I know there's some room for improvement, and that's just part of working with people, because we're all, like, imperfect humans, and I fall short as a leader. And they're going to fall short out there on the court. And when you have compassion as a leader and you care about them and you pour into them, eventually, if you're headed in the same direction, you're going to have success. And so, I look at our program like a tree. In order for it to have the fruit that we want it to have, we've got to invest in the roots of it. And so we've done a lot in our community with our feeder schools, which is something that's a high priority for me. And building relationships with those kids, and so that they see us at their games, watching them play. And then just, like, making the most out of the kids that were already in the program and the kids that are, like, freshmen in the program.
Yeah.
And we've started anywhere between 2 and 3 freshmen most of our games this year. And that's a good and a bad thing. But it's a good thing for the future. And, the best way for these kids to learn is to get that experience. And that's what we're doing right now in JV and varsity.
I saw Corey Bransford at the game just the other night. Had the Christiana team there. Thankfully, he wasn't wearing those god-awful pants that he wears sometimes. But, that's where it starts. And, some other schools, take Oakland, for instance, they've got Oakland Middle and then Oakland High, and that's different. And you kind of instill that school pride throughout, middle school, high school. So you're trying to do the same, and you've got a lot. It's not just Christiana. There are other feeder schools. So, I mean, that's important.
Yeah. I know Claire Maxwell. You're probably familiar with the name.
Yep.
We've had a lot of talks about, hopefully somewhere in the near future that Rutherford County Schools would try to make an investment in getting the Riverdale Middle School. But right now, our current situation is both of the feeder schools are anywhere from 7 to 10 miles away. And so it's not an ideal situation, but it is the reality of where our kids come from. And so all we do is just drive on over and, watch practice and watch games and just be there to support. And I think it means a big difference for those kids, because I see those kids in turn come and watch us when we're playing on their off days.
Well, David, before our time gets away, maybe talk a little bit about flag football and what that's going to look like, and how did you decide that that's something that maybe you wanted to do?
Well, in Antioch, that's what I did. I was the head football coach at Thurgood for a long time, so I have a football background, and I've done track, and I've done basketball as well. So kind of came out here to help him and fell into the basketball world, but I have a stronger background in football. So it kind of just seemed natural, and the thing is, I'm already working with a lot of the girls, and so it just kind of was a natural fit. So talking with Coach Kreisky, we got together and decided that was a good fit. So we're excited. We're about to start conditioning and have tryouts in January and get going. It's been real tough to kind of balance basketball and kind of get that going. So we're going to fire that up at the start of the new year when we get back. And
that's going to be a spring sport, right?
Yes, sir. It's going to be a spring sport, so it'll kind of go concurrent with softball and track. So, a lot of that speed goes to the track because, the legend Ricky Field over there, he's got a big group. But so far we've got like 70 kids that are signed up, so we'll see how many actually come out in January. So I'm super excited about it. So, I'm kind of known for having a high-powered offense, being able to throw the rock around a little bit, and so I just can't wait to get in there and get my hands dirty and see what these girls can do, because we got a lot of athletes, we got a lot of speed, and I got a pretty good idea that we're gonna be fighting hard, and I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a big deal. I know Blackman had like 135 girls signed up, and I think Siegel's had a bunch of kids too. So I think it's gonna be a big deal in Rutherford County coming forward. So. Only time will tell, but I'm chomping at the bit. But we got to get through this basketball part first, because that's kind of on the mind right now.
Josh, you guys are in this to, coach basketball and win games, but you're also there to, if there's one kid that could really excel in a certain area, or just to have those opportunities and more opportunities for girls in sports, it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, we're using this platform of high school sports to impact lives, because eventually they're going to be someone's boss or someone's mother or someone's coworker, and we want them to be just great humans, is what we preach all the time.
Briefly, just kind of tell me about Christmas, the holiday schedule, what the plans are.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've got a very winnable game at home on Tuesday, and then we're actually going to be going out of town, which is going to be a good opportunity for our young program headed into the district. We'll be traveling down to Maryville and playing in a Christmas tournament and staying 2 nights and coming back on that college football Saturday. So when we come back from Christmas, we'll have one day at the Page Hoop Fest as well. So we've got 5 more games to round out the 2024 year. But I'm really looking forward to that time together away, because they'll be out of school and they'll be able to focus on their team and they'll be able to focus on basketball.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a good Christmas experience for us.
Sounds good. Good luck and all that. Enjoy the mountains. There's a lot to do up in that neck of the woods, and we'll see you back here after the first of the year, and it'll be district time before we know it.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
All right, Josh. Appreciate you coming in. David, good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Joining us today talking Riverdale Girls Hoops, Josh Bugg, the head coach, and assistant David Gardner. Joining us here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by J. Mullins Jewelry, a family-owned and operated business treating clients like family since 1938. Jewelry design, repair, and a wide selection of great jewelry pieces online at mullinsjewelry.com.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here. This pizza is only $7.99. No way. This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order